forward then with old business. We have the Lake Venita documents that have been provided in the packet, as everyone had a chance to review, and it looks like for tonight's purposes, it's just for discussion. And it looks like we've had information. We've had both. Larkin has reviewed this as well. It looks as though they reviewed it. And then Algier-Martin's also came back and reviewed it, the original engineers, as well as CAT Excavation has provided an estimate of their work. It looks like it's everything outside of labor.
And the exclusions.
And yeah, the exclusions, if there's anything broken or bonds, permits, things like
that. Well, after looking over this information, I'm inclined to say that unless there's more forthcoming from Algier-Martin, what's provided here is quite simple and not detailed at all. Based on what we had received from Larkin in 2009, and comparing that with what Algier-Martin has submitted, it's missing a lot of detail. And then based on the feedback that we have gotten from our engineers with regards to this information, it's deficient in many areas. So I cannot recommend moving forward on what Algier-Martin has provided here based on all of the deficiencies that are noted in this memorandum. And it looks as if CAT's bid is based on the information from Algier-Martin, and there's not even really drawings here. It's very deficient, and it specifies many areas that have been left not even noted. Types and sizes of materials, and a geotechnical report, and actually it mentions further down that basic city requirements aren't even met with regards to this plan. This plan. It's not sealed. I don't know if there's more forthcoming from them, and without talking to the mayor, because this is addressed to him, and without having an opportunity to talk with him, based on what's right in front of me, this is not enough information to move forward with any action on this particular document, in my opinion.
In here as well, based on the discussions we had as far as how much financial backing Algier-Martin is going to provide based on them being the initial engineers as well, as has been stated. So there is lacking that detail from Algier-Martin, and based on the letter from Bill Cunningham with Larkin, there's, similar to what Lorrie's stating, there are a lot of deficiencies that we need to make sure that we go through the correct channels, get all the proper people to review it, get all the proper permits, and go through the correct people to make sure it's inspected and done correctly. So, not that it wasn't last time, but there seems to be some issues based on some of this with some of the soils that were used in different places that may have caused some of this issue.
And the collar also, was something that was listed as a probable cause of the issues that the dam, you know, exhibited. So, and then in this memo from Algier-Martin, it discusses the possibility of constructing a concrete collar where in Larkin's report it's listed that it should be done. So, I would suppose that unless there's something that we haven't received and seen yet, that we move forward with our engineer and their report on this, and that, you know, we address the issue of this dam based on, you know, full information that is, you know, with line items and specifications for materials, and I mean, this is not a full report as far as I'm concerned.
Point well made. I don't believe this could be a construction document.
It's not.
I know. I've worked for architects and engineers. I know what CDs look like. So I'm not sure that this engineer has even, you know, we haven't brought this to his attention, that sealed documents, construction documents with design and development phase also should be provided if that's how we go forward. So although the city engineer that is on board now has suggested this, and I agree with him, I think this should also, I see nothing in here that would make me think that this has been communicated out in Martin. Did you?
I wasn't with the mayor when he spoke with
I wasn't
Algier-Martin,
either.
and
So what I'm doing is reading
I
this. So I don't see anything in there.
I mean,
So if this is our concern, I would say we bring it back.
yeah, definitely. I mean, I just think that the bidding process is premature. And I mean,
I think you're right.
This, you know, this, while I appreciate their efforts to put some numbers to this,
Well, it helps as far as giving Save Lake Venita a chance to have an idea of the types of funds that we're looking at needing to do that.
Yeah, and what I'd like to know is this Algier-Martin final? Is this what
we don't know that?
And see, I don't see anything that says that I should think it is. What I see is I went through a walkthrough. This is what I discovered. This is what I believe would do it. This is typically what you would go to as a proposal as an architect and you wouldn't go full design development not until a contract is awarded. You then do that, then you do construction documents. That is how the phase works, but not until it's determined that that's what you're going. I'd like to know what Algier-Martin is proposing as far as, are they talking about doing construction documents for this as their part of this? I don't know. It's not in here. All I see so far are drafts, and this is what you would do typically before you go into the design development phase.
To me, it's a rough draft.
Correct.
It's a rough draft to provide us and the Save Lake Venita group a better idea of expected expenses.
Correct.
And so with this proposal, you're looking at a minimum, and that's if there were no additional costs for the engineers or any of these other additional costs listed in the exclusions, you're looking at $11,000.
Right, and I believe our engineers already said they would not do the design. So really, we need, so we know that that is going to be, the engineering fees are going to be on top of that. And I believe their proposal was somewhere around $350,000. Isn't that a number that's been thrown around?
367,000.
See, that's pretty close.
460.
Yeah, see, we'll put it up to 500, just for fun. So that's what they're proposing. What I would like to see is how much of that is engineering, and then also I'd like to see what Algier-Martin is proposing.
it's, I'm overlooking something here, but it's going back to the original design of the dam. So somewhere those documents exist. Are they saying that the engineering work has already been done? We just need to repair the dam to those specifications with the addition of an additional concrete collar.
These are questions that need to be
Right.
asked and answered.
That's,
I'm thinking
but
the
that's what
concrete
I'm
collar
reading
plus
here.
the additional flowable fill underneath of the pipe rather than just the soils, which makes a difference on it.
Just the, but actually repairing it to the design that was previously done.
Would that be what we want to do? Since it failed? And I'm just throwing that out there. I mean, would we want to repair the dam according to the original specifications when it failed?
Well, it's not the original specifications either, because you're using a different type of material underneath the pipe. And if you read in the one report, because of the flowable fill was not added on the pipe, there was settling, and correct me if I'm wrong.
And the seep collar.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the seep cover, because then you had the settling, and that's where you could see where that pipe broke
Right.
loose, which caused the seepage. And so with those and the seep collar should address the issues of why this breached.
And then my other, again, my concern is that, I get that this is a preliminary drawing and there's a lot of things that need to be done to make this a final engineering plan. We want to be able to give, the individuals that are working very diligently to try to raise funds a realistic goal to shoot for. So, that is a concern of mine that, that we have factual information that we can go off of to put numbers to. We need to be realistic about what it will take to repair Lake Venita. So, I just would like everything to be provided. Everything that's necessary to be provided. The bonds, the permits, the specifications. So, and I feel like, a lot of that was already provided through Larkin, and I just,
Has Larkin provided construction documents?
No construction documents.
No.
they put numbers,
But that's not construction documents.
Mike, I don't know.
They've given an estimate, basically, of what it's going to cost, what they think it will cost. Now, that 462 number, 462,000 was the high end.
Mhm.
It may not cost that much, but that was just to put it out there so we wouldn't have any surprises that we might
And
come
that
across.
is with detail, right?
Oh, yeah.
Good, I'd like to see.
And I'm not looking to spend more. I mean, I would like us to be able to do this project and do it as efficiently as we can, but then also that we strive to accomplish the project in a a fashion that it's going to last, hopefully. So.
I agree. I think we all want to do that. I don't think there's any doubt.
Steve?
I would just like to say, it seems like to me that we would somebody needs to talk to Algier-Martin and find out whether using the original documents is pretty much what he's talking about doing with the additions, and then we would have contract documents other than he would have to amend it as far as putting in the seat collar and the flowable fill underneath of the pipe. And then once we get that established as though we're going to do that away, then we can put it out there and then we can get a good solid bid on what it's going to take to do it back to that with somebody out there inspecting and doing everything that should have been done, and I'm assuming was done or whatever. But as long as it's inspected and done that way, I would think that that'd be kind of the direction that we ought to head for now anyway, is get with Algier-Martin and find out if we're we're using the original documents, he's gonna amend it to add the seat collar and the flowable fill, and then we go from there as far as putting it out for bid and see what we come up with. That'll be my suggestion.
Mike, have you reached out, have you had any conversations with Algier?
I have, if you all recall, the board had the mayor looking into this back, I think, in August timeframe, and this didn't come through the mayor. This paperwork, it was sent by Steve Bailey to the Lake Venita committee, who forwarded it to me. And so you're seeing it. I just saw it last week for the first time, so all this is new to anybody at the city. But I could give him a call and see.
If you could follow up, since Tom is out, and we need to, we'll just, does everyone agree to have Mike go ahead and just make a call to see what, to try to get that information? Now moving on to new business. Have the proposal for the change in the ambulance billing for employees.